Maratha Empire. Balaji Bajirao. Baji Rao's son, Balaji Bajirao, was appointed as the next Peshwa by Shahu despite the opposition of other chiefs. In 1740, the Maratha forces under Raghoji Bhosle came down upon Arcot and defeated the Nawab of Arcot, Dust Ali, in the pass at Damalcheri. In the war that followed, Dust Ali, one of his sons Hasan Ali, and a number of other prominent persons lost their lives. This initial success at once enhanced Maratha prestige in the south. From Damalcheri, the Marathas proceeded to Arcot, which surrendered to them without much resistance. Then, Raghuji invaded Trichinopoly in December 1740. Unable to resist, Chanda Sahib surrendered the fort to Raghuji on the 14th of March 1741. Chanda Sahib and his son were arrested and sent to Nagpur. Rajputana also came under Maratha domination during this time. In June 1756, Luis Mascarenhas, Count of Alva, the Portuguese viceroy, was killed in action by the Maratha army in Goa. Invasions in Bengal. After the successful campaign of Karnataka and the Trichinopoly, Raghuji returned from Karnataka. He undertook 6 expeditions into Bengal from 1741 to 1748. The resurgent Maratha Empire launched brutal raids against the prosperous Bengali state in the 18th century, which further added to the decline of the Nawabs of Bengal. During their invasions and occupation of Bihar and western Bengal up to the Hooghly River, Raghuji was able to annex Odisha to his kingdom permanently as he successfully exploited the chaotic conditions prevailing in Bengal after the death of its governor Murshid Quli Khan in 1727. Constantly harassed by the Bhonsles, Odisha, Bengal and parts of Bihar were economically ruined. Alivardi Khan, the Nawab of Bengal, made peace with Raghuji in 1751, ceding Cuttack up to the river Subarnarekha and agreeing to pay 1.2 million rupees annually as the chauth for Bengal and Bihar. During their occupation of western Bengal, the Marathas perpetrated atrocities against the local population. The Maratha atrocities were recorded by both Bengali and European sources, which reported that the Marathas demanded payments and tortured and killed anyone who couldn't pay. Dutch sources estimate a total of 400,000 people in Bengal were killed by the Marathas. According to Bengali sources, the atrocities led to much of the local population opposing the Marathas and developing support for the Nawabs. Marathas' Afghan conquests. Balaji Bajirao encouraged agriculture, protected the villages and brought about a marked improvement in the state of the territory. Raghunath Rao, brother of Nana Sahib, pushed into the wake of the Afghan withdrawal after Ahmad Shah Abdali's plunder of Delhi in 1756. Delhi was captured by the Maratha army under Raghunath Rao in August 1757, defeating the Afghan garrison in the Battle of Delhi. This laid the foundation for the Maratha conquest of northwest India. In Lahore, as in Delhi, the Marathas were now major players. After the Battle of Attock, 1758, the Marathas captured Peshawar, defeating the Afghan troops in the Battle of Peshawar on the 8th of May 1758. Maratha invasion of Delhi and Rohilkhand. Just prior to the Battle of Panipat in 1761, the Marathas looted Diwan-i-Khas, or Hall of Private Audiences, in the Red Fort of Delhi, which was the place where the Mughal emperors used to receive courtiers and state guests in one of their expeditions to Delhi. The Marathas, who were hard-pressed for money, stripped the ceiling of Diwan-i-Khas of its silver and looted the shrines dedicated to Muslim Maulanas. During the Maratha invasion of Rohilkhand in the 1750s, the Marathas defeated the Rohilas, forced them to seek shelter in hills and ransacked their country in such a manner that the Rohilas dreaded the Marathas and hated them ever afterwards. Third Battle of Panipat. In 1759, the Marathas under Sadashiv Bhau responded to the news of the Afghans' return to North India by sending a large army north. Bhau's force was bolstered by some Maratha forces under Holkar, Scindia, Gaikwad and Govind Pant Bundele. The combined army of over 100,000 regular troops recaptured the former Mughal capital, Delhi, from an Afghan garrison in August 1760. Delhi had been reduced to ashes many times due to previous invasions, and there was an acute shortage of supplies in the Maratha camp. Bhau ordered the sacking of the already depopulated city. He is said to have planned to place his nephew and the Peshwa's son, Vishwasrao, on the Mughal throne. By 1760, with defeat of the Nizam in the Deccan, Maratha power had reached its zenith with a territory of over 2,500,000 square miles. Ahmad Shah Durrani called on the Rohilas and the Nawab of Oudh to assist him in driving out the Marathas from Delhi. Huge armies of Muslim forces and Marathas collided with each other on the 14th of January 1761 in the Third Battle of Panipat. The Maratha army lost the battle, which halted their imperial expansion. The Jats and Rajputs did not support the Marathas. Historians have criticized the Maratha treatment of fellow Hindu groups. Kaushik Roy says the treatment of Marathas with their co-religionist fellows, Jats and Rajputs, was definitely unfair, and ultimately they had to pay its price in Panipat, where Muslim forces had united in the name of religion. The Marathas had antagonized the Jats and Rajputs by taxing them heavily, punishing them after defeating the Mughals and interfering in their internal affairs. The Marathas were abandoned by Raja Suraj Mal of Bharatpur and the Rajputs, who quit the Maratha alliance at Agra before the start of the Great Battle and withdrew their troops, as Maratha General Sadashiv Bhau did not heed the advice to leave soldiers' families and pilgrims at Agra and not take them to the battlefield with the soldiers, rejected their cooperation. Their supply chains did not exist. Peshwa Madhav Rao I. Peshwa Madhav Rao I was the fourth Peshwa of the Maratha Empire. It was during his tenure that the Maratha resurrection took place. He worked as a unifying force in the Maratha Empire and moved to the south to subdue Mysore and the Nizam of Hyderabad to assert Maratha power. He sent generals such as Bhonsle, Scindia and Holkar to the north, where they re-established Maratha authority by the early 1770s. Prof. G.S. Chhabra wrote, "Young though he was, Madhav Rao had a cool and calculating head of a seasoned and experienced man. The diplomacy by which he could win over his uncle Raghuba when he had no strength to fight, and the way he could crush his power when he had the means to do so, later on proved in him a genius who knows when and how to act. The formidable power of the Nizam was crushed. Hyder Ali, who was a terror even to the British, was effectually humbled, and before he died in 1772, the Marathas were almost there in the north where they had been before Panipat. What could not have the Marathas achieved if Madhav had continued living just for a few years more? Destiny was not in favor of the Marathas. The death of Madhav was a greater blow than their defeat of Panipat, and from this blow they could never again recover." Madhav Rao died in 1772, at the age of 27. His death is considered to be a fatal blow to the Maratha Empire, and from that time Maratha power started to move on a downward trajectory, less an empire than a confederacy. Confederacy era. In a bid to effectively manage the large empire, Madhavrao Peshwa gave semi-autonomy to the strongest of the knights. After the death of Peshwa Madhavrao I, various chiefs and statesmen became de facto rulers and regents for the infant Peshwa Madhavrao II. Thus, semi-autonomous Maratha states came into being in far-flung regions of the empire. Peshwas of Pune, Gaikwads of Baroda, Holkars of Indore, Scindias of Gwalior and Ujjain, Bhonsales of Nagpur, Puars of Devas and Dhar. Even in the original kingdom of Shivaji itself, many knights were given semi-autonomous charges of small districts, which led to princely states like Sangli, Ondh, Bhor, Baveda, Fulton, Maraj, etc. The Pawars of Udgir were also part of the confederacy. Major events. In 1659, Shivaji killed Afzal Khan at Pratapgarh. He had come to demolish the Maratha kingdom. More than 3,000 soldiers of the Bijapur army were killed, and one Sardar of high rank, 2 sons of Afzal Khan and 2 Maratha chiefs were taken prisoner. In the ensuing battle of Pavan Khand, the small Maratha force of 300 held back the larger enemy to buy time for Shivaji to escape. Baji Prabhu Deshpande was wounded but continued to fight until he heard the sound of cannon fire from Vishalgarh, signalling Shivaji had safely reached the fort on the evening of the 13th of July 1660. In April 1663, Shivaji launched a surprise attack on Shishta Khan in Pune, along with a small group of men. After gaining access to Khan's compound, the raiders were able to kill some of his wives. Shishta Khan escaped, losing a finger in the melee. The Khan took refuge with the Mughal forces outside of Pune, and Aurangzeb punished him for this embarrassment with a transfer to Bengal. In 1666, Aurangzeb summoned Shivaji to Agra and arrested him, but Shivaji managed to get escape and safely reached his kingdom. In 1674, Shivaji was crowned king of the Maratha Empire in a lavish ceremony at Raigad Fort. After the 1761 Battle of Panipat, Malhar Rao Holkar attacked the Rajputs and defeated them at the Battle of Mangrol. This largely restored Maratha power in Rajasthan. Under the leadership of Mahadji Shinde, the ruler of the state of Gwalior in central India, the Marathas defeated the Jats, the Rohilla Afghans, and took Delhi, which remained under Maratha control for the next 3 decades. His forces conquered modern-day Haryana. Shinde was instrumental in resurrecting Maratha power after the debacle of the Third Battle of Panipat, and in this he was assisted by Benwa de Boyne. In 1767, Madhavrao I crossed the Krishna River and defeated Hyder Ali in the battles of Saira and Madgiri. He also rescued the last queen of the Keladi Naika kingdom, who had been kept in confinement by Hyder Ali in the fort of Madgiri. In early 1771, 10 years after the collapse of Maratha authority over North India following the Third Battle of Panipat, Mahadji recaptured Delhi and installed Shah Alam II as a puppet ruler on the Mughal throne, receiving in return the title of Deputy Wakil-ul-Mutlaq or Vice-Regent of the Empire, and that of Wakil-ul-Mutlaq being at his request conferred on the Peshwa. The Mughals also gave him the title of Amir-ul-Amara. After taking control of Delhi, the Marathas sent a large army in 1772 to punish Afghan Rohillas for their involvement in Panipat. Their army devastated Rohilkhand by looting and plundering as well as taking members of the royal family as captives. After the growth in power of feudal lords like Malwa Sardars, landlords of Bundelkhand and Rajput kingdoms of Rajasthan, they refused to pay tribute to Mahadji, so he sent his army to conquer the states such as Bhopal, Datia, Chanderi, Narwar, Salbai and Gohad. However, he launched an unsuccessful expedition against the Raja of Jaipur but withdrew after the inconclusive Battle of Lalsot in 1787. The Battle of Gajendragad was fought between the Marathas under the command of Tukojirao Holkar and Tipu Sultan from March 1786 to March 1787, in which Tipu Sultan was defeated by the Marathas. By the victory in this battle, the border of the Maratha territory extended till Tungabhadra river. The strong fort of Gwalior was then in the hands of Chhata Singh, the Jat ruler of Gohad. In 1783, Mahadji besieged the fort of Gwalior and conquered it. He delegated the administration of Gwalior to Khanderao Hari Bhale Rao. After celebrating the conquest of Gwalior, Mahadji Shinde turned his attention to Delhi again. In 1788, Mahadji's armies defeated Ismail Beg, a Mughal noble who resisted the Marathas. The Rohilla chief Ghulam Qadir, Ismail Beg's ally, took over Delhi, capital of the Mughal dynasty, and deposed and blinded the king Shah Alam II, placing a puppet on the Delhi throne. Mahadji intervened and killed him, taking possession of Delhi on the 2nd of October, restoring Shah Alam II to the throne and acting as his protector. Jaipur and Jodhpur, the two most powerful Rajput states, were still out of direct Maratha domination. So, Mahadji sent his general Benwa de Boyne to crush the forces of Jaipur and Jodhpur at the Battle of Patan. Marwar was also captured on the 10th of September 1790. Another achievement of the Marathas was their victories over the Nizam of Hyderabad's armies, including in the Battle of Kharda. In 1788, Mahadji's armies defeated Ismail Beg, a Mughal noble who resisted the Marathas. The Rohilla chief Ghulam Qadir, Ismail Beg's ally, took over Delhi, capital of the Mughal dynasty, and deposed and blinded the king Shah Alam II, placing a puppet on the Delhi throne. Mahadji intervened and killed him, taking possession of Delhi on the 2nd of October, restoring Shah Alam II to the throne and acting as his protector.